Hello, Capricorn. I do hope this finds you well. So we're going to pull in some energy for you for the summer season. I am a little bit behind. I do apologize. What's that? So random. I don't even know why that's just caught my eye on the curtain there. Everything that happens in the reading is for the reading. So something might have caught your eye, caught your glance, caught your attention. So we're going to start with the AEIOU Oracle, which is the deck that I have designed and that starts every single reading. If you would like to subscribe, comment, all that lovely stuff, it does massively help me to give you a more accurate reading, but it looks like we're starting right now. This is the boulder. This is about building a sacred space for yourself. I'm getting for someone that the light is shining on eventuality is the word that just came. Eventuality. The light is shining on eventuality. And here we go, straight into the Four of Spikes in the reverse. This is the year of the snake. Something is... What am I getting from that? Straight away, something doesn't feel safe. Something doesn't feel safe. Maybe there has been... Let's have a look. Okay, so lack of progress, restlessness and hesitation. When reversed, you might be feeling a bit restless about a situation. And part of that could be because you are avoiding thinking about it. If a past painful experience is preventing you from acting, it can result in a lot of frustration. On the flip side, if you're wanting to do everything at once, the reverse Five of Spikes is a... That's weird. It says 4 and then it says 5 there. So there's an error. There's been an error. There has been an error. Something doesn't add up. Something is not matching up. And this is what has caught your eye. Everything that happens in the reading is for the reading if you've been around these parts for a little while. Is warning of impending burnout. I told you something doesn't feel safe. You're close to exhaustion, and if you cross that threshold, you're going to be no use or help to anyone, especially yourself. Stop, retreat, and take a little bit of time away to meditate or rest and rebalance your stress levels and energy. There you go. We are right in the energy of this sacred space. The sacred space. Something does not feel safe. Something has caught your eye. 7 of Scepters. Something has been holding you back from being loyal to yourself. So I'm getting from that. Like loyal to who you are as a human being, loyal to the things that you want in your life. I feel like something has been holding you back. There's what I'm getting from, you know, like there's a radius, there's like a circumference, like you know, like if you stuck a stake in the floor and tied a dog to it, the dog could only use up that space. Yeah. Something has been restricting you and holding you in place, and you have only been able to go in this limited circumference, or like not being able to go far from home is the kind of energy that I'm sort of picking up. Something doesn't feel safe. It's maybe like you're hanging around with the same circles of people, maybe afraid to leave a job. there's this tethered is the word, right? So this Judgment, well, those two flipped over in the deck and I put them back and now they're back out again. So something that you knew internally, and I feel like you've known this for a long time, is now coming out, okay? So the card that came out with them is the Five of Hearts. And if you know the story of the Trojan horse, this was an illusion that was seen as an offering to the gods that was left on the beach of Troy. Yeah. So the Greeks, they managed to get into Troy by tricking them. Yeah. And this is this unsafe feeling. We've got the Two of Hearts that came out with the Judgment. You're seeing the light in regards to this situation. And the situation is that you are being held back, held down. That's what I'm getting from that. This is not a two-way street. This is not like I'm almost what am I getting from that? I am getting a bit of deception. And this could be you fibbing to yourself. Doesn't necessarily have to be somebody. Here we go, straight in. Disharmony, tension, and distrust. There you go. There you go. The Two of Hearts warns you that the lack of love within yourself has created an imbalance in your relationships. You could be feeling overly needy, or you could be attracting the wrong kind of person because you're looking for someone to take care of or someone to take care of you because you have not taken care of yourself first. This is that sacred space for yourself coming back into. This is going to be a really strong message. I feel like this is going to be straight to the point. Perhaps a current relationship is in danger of dissolving, and the only way to salvage it is to communicate better with one another and share your feelings openly and earnestly. A relationship could be a partnership of mutual understanding, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic one. Okay, there is this distrust has come from maybe not sharing. Someone's holding back. Someone is holding back. And it's creating this like snappy, irritating, like unbalanced and chaotic energy. And it's from holding back, withdrawing. There's this tetheredness, holding back from. It's like, say, for example, that you really, really care about someone, right? And you're holding back your communication. You're holding back how much this means to you, or you're holding back from telling someone how you feel. It's like this person can see the difference, can tell the difference. And I feel like this could be you or someone in your field. Oh, God, she's showing up in every single reading. This is karmic. Stabilizing karmic energy. Stabilizing karmic energy. This distrust, this is something that drains you. Like always thinking, can I trust this person? Can I hold this person accountable? Can I hold myself accountable? Like there's a lot of they're giving me the word overzealous, rapid, like thoughts and what's the word? like not seeing things from maybe others' point of view, or people not seeing things from your point of view. You know, like, you know, if you can feel that someone's hiding something from you, like it causes like a frustration and an irritation energy within you, because you know that someone is holding back, right? With this Fool card, the Fool normally means like new beginnings, new energy, a new start, right? But you can see the guy is facing the wrong way. The Ass is going one way and he's facing the other way, and it creates this separation. And it's the same here. One arrow going one way, one arrow going the other way. It's like misfiring. Someone either doesn't trust you, or you don't trust somebody else. And it's like this tethering energy, you know, like I've got to keep this person close to me, or maybe this is like checking somebody's phone, or, you know, like always questioning what people's motives are. And, you know, like Five of Spikes, that jumped in the deck. It's really time to put this down, because we've gone from the Four of Spikes in the reverse to the Five of Spikes in the reverse. So this is traveling through, this is moving through. It's like a ghoul, a ghoulish, like, oh, what are they trying to give me? The Tower. If there's not trust in a situation, it ruins everything. If you don't trust yourself, like say, for example, if you're, you know, like out with your friends and you're constantly looking at other people, right? I'm not saying that you're actually doing this. Just take the energy of how this resonates with you, right? If you're in a job, right, I could say it this way. If you're in a job and you're constantly looking for other jobs, right, your manager is not going to give you a promotion, is not going to teach you any more information, is not going to put any more time and energy into you, because they know that you are wanting to leave, right? It's the same with any kind of relationship. The relationship that you may be having or wanting to have is not coming together because you are creating distrust, or the person that you're with is creating distrust. Take it how it resonates, because it's going to be different for every single one of you. But it just opens up this can of worms for all this bullshit to come in. It's like, if you don't say what you really mean, or if you're not communicating effectively or truthfully, then the people that you are communicating with or holding back from or distrusting will not trust what you say, because people can sense when you're holding back. People can sense when you're not being true to your word. Yeah. And it just leaves it open. When you leave someone questioning, it leaves room for all these horrible thoughts to come into somebody's mind. And this doesn't necessarily have to be you. This could be someone that you're attached to, or maybe even like something that you're working through at the moment. So this definitely has to do with an ending. I feel like there was some masks previously that led to a bad ending. I feel like someone may have hid who they were. There's definitely like a hiding kind of energy. That's what I picked up on that first card. I'm just noticing that there's this gold and grey, gold and grey, gold and grey going on with your cards. Things may go sour in relationships quite quickly for you, or something. This is something that you're working on. And this is why the karmic pattern came out. This distrust that you're having to deal with 555 on the timestamp as well. This is the big change for you. Yeah. So this is a vice, an addiction, a pattern of behavior that you are moving through. Ten of Coins. So that's 2 10s in the reverse. So this situation for you wasn't just about a happily ever after in regards to your emotional fulfillment. This had everything to do with a loss of a home, a loss of stability, a loss of a job, a loss of a lot of wealth, it looks like. A lot was lost through this holding back. But there's this energy that's coming in with the 10 of Coins in the reverse, which is it's my parasitic, vampire kind of energy. Let me just get into the cards and we'll get into this and see what this is about. I feel like they're calling me, so I'm going to go here. Tell me about this King of Spikes. You're definitely seeing the light. Sun's come out. You're definitely seeing the light in this situation. Seeing someone for who they really are. The mask has fallen off. Tell me about this King of Spikes, please. Okay. So that's a very clear message for me. So someone that you invested in very heavily and you were building with, they seemed to be everything that you wanted and more. This could have been like the job that you really wanted, the lifestyle that you really wanted. This is anything. This is you creating. This is a visionary card. Something that you invested in. This is going to be different for every single one of you. Something that you heavily invested in and put a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of creative, what's the word I'm looking for? You put a lot into this, basically, and it did not come together. It did not manifest in the way that you wanted it to. It wasn't what you dreamed of. It wasn't the vision that you had planned. This drained you. Page of Wands. So this is a situation that you have been getting quite curious about. Maybe this is something that you have been traveling away from. Judgment. So you've got Judgment twice, once in the upright, once in the reverse. So something that you couldn't quite end or finish. You're getting curious about as to why. Maybe holding on to a situation or, situationship longer than what was needed. So we've got the World card that wanted to come out. I pulled this out though, right? This is a cycle that's closing. This hasn't happened yet. I pulled this out. So there's something about your personal freedom here. I feel like you're going to have to action something to be able to close this cycle for yourself. And the Four of Cups sort of fell out a bit lackluster. I feel like you've distanced yourself from the community. Maybe there's some embarrassment there. Maybe there's I don't really know who I can trust kind of energy. Maybe this person betrayed you so heavily that you don't even really trust yourself anymore. You know, like, how did I manage to trust this person? Why did I put myself through this? Why didn't I see this before? All that kind of stuff. Like, our mind can be incredibly expansive when it comes to cruelty. Yeah. And there's this Ace of Cups that's sitting on your shoulder. This is God offering you a way to look at this situation that you haven't quite integrated yet. You're still in this sacred space. I feel like maybe you might have also questioned, like, you know, like, what is life all about when these things can happen? You know, when we're betrayed and when we have really dark times, we do often, you know, put our head in our hands and say, you know, like, is this what I really manifested? Is this what my hard work got me? Is this what all this time and energy, you know, how it actually materialized? But you're coming out of a stage of, I'm going to say, like, mindfuck. Like, I'm getting very much that it's caused you to be, maybe in the past, maybe in the recent past, to have a session of, you know, just spiraling thoughts that has kept you from moving forward. So this is the Three of Wands in the reverse. Stopped you from moving forward, stopped you from seeing, you know, that you've got your whole life ahead of you. The Moon in the reverse. So there might be a big emotional release that will help move this energy through, you know, really actually giving yourself a sacred space to be able to process this heartbreak, this destruction, this, you can hear that my throat's starting to crackle. This is illusions being brought to light. This is secrets that are being told. And I'm getting very strongly that that's a big release of emotions. There you go, Five of Cups. That's the energy. Running away from home, feeling left out, feeling like everything is over. Just having a big cry. This is my grief card, running away from home. Things don't feel safe at home. I'm going to run away and cry over these Three of Cups again. So you've got Three of Cups here that I was saying that you've distanced yourself from, and now that you're crying over them. So this could be a community of people. This could be family. This could be a job. This could be your workmates. Doesn't really matter. But the Three of Cups is, you know, people, a collection of people. But you've got Two Cups here. This is an opportunity. So grief actually gives us an opportunity to be able to find something that is more sacred. Queen of Swords. You are understanding with what your discernment will will get you. What is for me? What's not for me? There's something that you have learned in this process. There's definitely something that you can take away from Seven of Cups, sideways. It's that mask wearing, look. And how much destruction that it can cause. I'm going to put that right in the middle of the reading because I feel like that is definitely the energy that we're in. This Queen of Swords, she's speaking about how boundaries can be incredibly nourishing because you really find out who is for you and who is not. Boundaries aren't threats. Saying to people what you will tolerate, that's the word that I'm getting from this card. What you will tolerate. Now, usually on the Queen of Swords card, on the traditional, she puts out her hand and she's saying, you can come towards me. But on this one, she's got her hand in her lap. She's saying, like, I want to see something before I even look up. I want to see who you are. I want to see the full entirety of who you are before I even raise my eyelids to you. Yeah? And that's what you've learned, this discernment. You're not going to tolerate the mask wearing. And I feel like this is also about knowing which people that you can be yourself with. You know, you can tell clearly when you have a mask on and when you're acting out of character. Yeah, when you're treading on eggshells. So now we've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So this, for me, the Knight of Swords is all about cruelty. And I feel like this sometimes can be your mind because we got that cruelty up there. That restricted. This is such, the Knight of Swords is really fast moving energy. And that's what I was sort of saying a little bit before about when the mind gets into a pattern and it starts with a cruel thought, it's like you just spiral because it's easier. It's so much easier to keep that spiral going with that cruel energy. You know, I have to be a certain way or I can't be myself. Nine of Pentacles. This is you saying you absolutely very much can be yourself. And when you are yourself, you're in your harvest. Very strong message. This is you in your creation energy. This is what you're going to gain from providing yourself with this sacred space. This is boundaries. So we've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. This is someone who can be very manipulative. This can be someone who is very harsh. This can be someone who is very cruel. This can also be someone who uses, you know, like compliments, like passive aggressive compliments to hurt you or harm you. This is what you have been put up with. But the well that is here is basically the complete opposite to this energy, because this energy is draining. The Queen of Cups in the reverse is draining, the opposite to nurture. Yeah. And then you've got the well here, which is everything that you want, loads of abundance. You just dip your bucket in and you're, you know, you're satiated, you're nurtured, you're, you know, you don't have thirst anymore. You know, like, I feel like you are seeing the difference. You know the difference between this feeling and this feeling. Or if you don't know, you better get to know. I'm definitely getting something around a mother, relationship with a mother, whether you're male or female. That could absolutely be true for you. So we've got, wow, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Swords, and the Lovers. So 2 aces, and we've got another ace on the bottom. Okay. So what am I taking from this? Missed opportunities. That's the first thing. Missed opportunities. There's been a lack of forward motion for you, stagnancy, because of this draining energy, because of this cruel energy. It's like this feeling of being restricted and this distrust. It's like romance can't grow. You know, like you can't love on someone. It's like romancing the stone. Like there can't be any of that lovely, gooey, gorgeous energy when there isn't trust. It's like the foundation is not there. And like the universe can't send in all the wonderful things that you want in this kind of energy. It can't happen. And the truth, your truth, that is what is going to help you make these better choices for yourself to have intimate relationships, is by God's honest truth. Because what's the point of having a relationship or having a job where, you know, like whatever it is for you, if you're not happy? Like if you're constantly flitting from one thing to another, that means that you're not going after your truth. Maybe you're trying to please someone in the things that you're trying to do. Maybe there's an an expectation of a parent or something that's ruling your decision making. Whatever it is, the universe is saying you need to go after your God's honest truth. What is clarity to you? What is going, you know, what makes you feel good? What makes you feel good? You know, like your choices. Obviously the lovers is here, but this could be any relationship. This could be any choice. What food do you want to eat? Where do you want to go on holiday? You know, like if you're constantly missing out on the things that you want, you're not going to be in a good mood. You're not going to be able to create from a space of resentment. That's the way that I could look at it, really, really simply. Is there anything else for Capricorn? Okay, so the Six of Wands flipped over, but didn't want to leave the deck. So that's a feeling of being far away from home, of losing. The Star. I feel like you're having this reflected back at you, and I think that's what I'm picking up on, this energy, this full energy. It's like part of you's going one way, part of you's going the other way. It's like the only way that I can say it, so it's really, really simple, is I want a really like close, intimate relationship, but I don't trust myself. It's like you can't have those two things under the same umbrella. But the healing is knowing that it needs to come from you. So when you change you, that's when you start healing things. There you go, healing the heartbreak. Very clear message. Death in the reverse. I would have a word with yourself and ask yourself why you're hanging on to how am I wording that? I feel like this could have something to do with the way that you and your mum communicate or have communicated, or the way that you communicated in the past. That's what I just keep coming round to. Whether you're male or female, there's an inconsistency in regards to what love looks like, or, you know, like, say, for example, that your mum would say, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, but really she's not. It's like it creates distrust. Or say, for example, your mum would say that she loves you, but then her actions would tell you something else. It creates distrust. Or say if your mum was incredibly strict with you, that didn't feel like love to you. That's not a love language that you understood as a child, you know? Like, there's different formats for every single one of you, but it's created this distrust in your intuition. That's what it absolutely has done. So say, for example, you are getting red flags about certain people or certain relationships. It's like you're finding it hard to decipher whether those relationships are right or wrong, because you had someone in your life who was right and wrong. You know, like, love exists in this format where I'm her at the same time. Yeah, there you go. Betrayal. But the good thing about the Ten of Swords is that it's over. So I feel like you've caused yourself enough pain that you can actually move forward and understand that it changes with you. And you'll understand the light is shining again, that love doesn't exist in pain. Yeah, in lies, in deception, in masks. This is a great reading. Okay, so there you go, Ten of Pentacles. This is your happy ever after. This is about building a legacy. I feel like there could actually be some really healing conversations with your mum, whether she's with you in, you know, in the realm, or if she's in spirit. There's definitely something that could be healed there in regards to your relationship. And even if you don't feel ready, okay, even if you don't feel ready, this can absolutely be healed. And it might not be with a mum. It could be with a sister. It's a feminine energy. I'm just going to leave it there. So I do hope that helps. I'm going to try and keep the readings under an hour. And if you haven't done already, please like, subscribe, comment, all that wonderful stuff, because it does massively help me to give you a more accurate reading. And I would love for you to be part of the AEIO Oracle crew. Obviously, I'm wanting to grow the channel. Okay, so we've got the Stag, trust and thrive. There you go. That's your synchronicity. It's all about trust. We've got Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Okay, so this could be the healing conversation. This is the Hermes staff here. This is about communication and trade. The Cup, that is emotional fulfillment. So this could be a very healing conversation with someone. Protection, Guardian, drop your shields. There you go. 3 cards that gave us perfect synchronicity to the energy that we have just read on. Wonderful, Capricorn. Really enjoyed that reading. That was very to the point, and I feel like that was a lovely, clear message for you, and I hope it helps. As I said again, if you want to like and subscribe, comment, tell me what you want to see on the channel. I'm open to feedback, and yeah, tell me what you want to see. And if you want any details about readings and buying an oracle deck, they are all in the description box, wherever that is on my page. I can never remember. I always do that. And until next time, I shall hope to read for you soon. Take care.